We're on.
We're on.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
How's it going? I'm looking at this camera, number 3. All right. Hey, good evening. It's me, Gene Conrad, and Laura
Vaughn.
Laura Vaughn.
Laura Vaughn.
Welcome in. Guess what? We just got the countdown from Kathy officially, and we are how many days out, Laura?
34 days and a couple of hours.
34 days and lots of hours, actually.
Okay.
So we're in a good spot. So we're excited about that. We have plenty to go through tonight, so I think we should just go ahead and jump in and let's roll with this thing.
Let you get started.
So today we're going to start with the air show schedule is out. So it got posted, is on the website now.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, Dennis. I know that Kathy posted on social media today. So that actually boosted our ticket sales because people are excited to see that and make commitments to be here and buy tickets. So that was awesome. But there are some ads. There are some additions to the air show lineup that we haven't announced yet. So one of them we're going to talk about real quick is the F-35C demo team is going to join us. So this is the Navy variant of the F-35. So not only do we have the F-35A all week, we have the F-16 Viper demo team with us all week. We have the Growlers with us for the weekend. We will have the F-35C demo team with us as well. And also the Blue Angels. So we're going to have lots of jets and lots of noisemakers around.
Any word on that F-15? I got an email today. Somebody
F-15,
still wanting F-15s
we're trying
here.
to get an F-15 static. They are very, very hard to get, apparently, but we're trying. So
I want them to come and make a lot of noise, I think is what the email said.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to see an F-15. But talking about statics, so we did also put out our initial static list as well for our military static. So we posted that, I believe it was last week, Kathy. I can't see her anymore. She's shaking her head. Static list. Military, yeah, we posted that last week. There's more to come with that as more statics are firmed up. So we're addressing that as well. But that is out there for the public to consume. But also some additional air show performers we had not announced before. So Mr. Mulligan, so Doug Rosendahl and Mr. Mulligan will be back this year as well. So we look forward to him being here. Also Eric Edgren will be with us in his T-Clips. He was not, I don't think he's been here for several years, but he is making a return this year as well. We also have Bob Carlton in his Foxjet sailplane. So he will be in addition to the night air shows this year.
Foxjet sailplane, okay.
Yeah, so I believe it's a Sonics with extended wings and a jet on top and all of that, but he has a ton of pyro. I believe
will be interesting.
I was told he has more pyro than Nathan Hammond does on his Chipmunk. So there's a lot of pyro on that airplane. Also, we have Jeff Shetterly in his T6 is joining us as well. Nice. So we look forward to having him join us. And also, we are working with Patty Wagstaff. I don't think we've confirmed this yet, but for her to fly on Wednesday for Women Aces Day at the end of the show. So that's not necessarily confirmed yet, but we are working with Patty to get that done. So lots of ads there to the air show. I don't know that we're going to add much more. It is jam-packed already. And it's a little difficult, just make everybody aware. So on Thursday, Daily Air Show, if you looked at the air show schedule or you just went to it, when the Blue Angels are in town, they have to do a lot of their arrival procedures. They do their arrival procedures before they come in, but they have to go up 3 different times on Thursday to get all their points and do all the things that they do.
Check those points.
So that really limits our ability on Thursday to put more acts in the air. So it's kind of limited on Thursday for us, but that's a typical thing on Thursdays when the Blues are here. So just want to make everybody aware of that. Also talking about statics, we did announce this week Samaritan's Purse, their DC-8 will be here, the only registered flying DC-8 in the United States. So that will be here with us all week.
And where will that be parked?
It will be parked on the Warbird ramp. Right there for everybody to see. They'll also have exhibits with it as well, some of their containers and their water filtration systems and things like that. So we're looking forward to having that. And there's a tremendous amount of excitement. When we posted it, a lot of people were commenting on it. Back in the day, when I was much younger.
I saw that comment.
In 1999, I used to load DC-8 bellies. I used to load the cargo in the bellies at third shift for Emory Worldwide in Dayton, Ohio. So I love the DC-8.
Had to work for a living.
Yes, I had to work for a living. But those are good memories. So that was awesome for us.
Well, they do a lot of good all around the
Yes,
world.
all around the world.
It'll be really exciting. to
Yeah, so they
them
have the
here.
DC-8 and the 757 as well, but we'll have the DC-8 with us this year. So that is an
Very
awesome.
nice.
The only flying one in the United States. I don't know if there are any flying in the world still. I'm guessing probably somewhere that I don't know about, but here in the
Yeah.
United States, this is the last one. So. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. So air show lineup. So we talked about that. Also talked with the FAA air traffic this week, the NOTAM. The plan is to have the NOTAM out this week. My understanding was there were some issues with some of the frequencies that they had to fix. So they are finishing that up, and hopefully we should have that out this week. So we're already getting a lot of questions reference to NOTAM from pilots and others wanting to fly in. But just to give you all an update, when people are asking, you now have the answer.
And we will email blast it out, and of course it'll be on the website and
Yes.
whatever we can do to get it out there for everyone.
And talking about the NOTAM and obviously getting ready to fly into Sun and Fun for the event, we just want to remind everybody that we will on March 8th and 9th.
Right.
We have Sim and Fun through our partners at Pilot Edge. So like they have done at AirVenture for the last several years, they have SimVenture. You can actually fly on your at-home flight simulators, and you can fly the procedure into Oshkosh, but now you can do it for Sun and Fun, and you will have retired FAA controllers that have worked both Oshkosh and Sun and Fun on there live with you, and you're going to be able to fly into Sun and Fun and fly the procedure. Should be pretty cool.
Putting you through your paces.
Yes, absolutely. So covered that. Sim and Fun, talked about military statics. Also had lots of, so there are several Warbird specials that we're looking forward to announce. We have been teching to a certain A-26 bomber that is going to join us for the first day and for the week. So we'll have an announcement probably in the next week or two about that. But there are some special Warbirds. We'll be making several announcements about those folks coming. Wow, look at all the questions already. So apparently people are watching, so that's a good thing. Maybe I'm stirring up the questions. 85 people. Awesome.
Wow.
That's good. So the A-26, we're looking forward to that. Also, we're going to have a very robust program at Victory Arsenals Theater this year, right there on the Warbird ramp on the southwest corner. So we're looking to get that schedule out here shortly as well. Also, the hangar, which was a new venue for us last year, that's just south of the exhibit building.
And it was very well attended with the little notice that we had for last year.
Yep.
Still waiting on a schedule for that as well.
Yeah, but we'll be putting that schedule out. Also, our movies in the evenings are located there, but all the daytime programming with the stage, the Jumbotron that's there as well. There'll be a lot coming with that. So, Dennis, if you're watching, we're looking to get that schedule out shortly.
And we also have movies at the island too, correct?
Yes, there are
on certain
there are
nights.
movies at the island as well. Yes.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, I've covered quite a bit. I don't know if you want to take it for a minute, Laura, and cover some
Well,
things.
you have been talking quite a bit.
I know. I have a lot. There's more. I mean, I can keep going. So.
I don't know. Do you want to answer a couple of questions maybe?
Sure, we can
and
go
then
ahead
we
and do
can
that.
get into my boring stuff. Arrival dates for volunteers is the 8th or the 10th of March. Well, for campers, you can set your camping up on the 8th after the volunteer meeting. So if you intend to bring your camper in on that date, you need to fill out an early camping permit request, and you will take it or send it in, and then we will have the permit ready for you on the 8th. But please, if you can, try to have that permit filled out by the 1st of March, so we have time to get that prepared for you. So volunteers can start bringing their rigs in on the 8th.
Here's a question, reference our DC-8. So do we know if Samaritan's Purse will be taking donations while here at the fly-in? I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll have information that you can make donations, but I will try to get an answer on that, but I'm pretty sure that there will be a wanting to accommodate that, so.
So our handicap chairman, Tracy Card, is on the ball.
Yes, lots of questions. Hey, Tracy.
She's perusing the website, so I have some updates. She's asked a question about something, but I'm going to get to it a little bit later. So stand by, Tracy. So if you want to start a couple of my slides, that would be great. First thing I want to talk about a little bit is volunteer camping. If you plan to mark your campsite out on March the 8th, you have to do so after the meeting, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago or a minute ago. Please submit your early permit by March 1st. Remember, there's no roping off of sites. So Cindy McClendon and her team will be out and help assist you. We've got a new system going on with the campground. The campground sites will actually be marked with numbers, and she will help you get placed, or one of her team members, make sure that you get put into the right location. We're not assigning spaces, but we're just putting you in an area and making sure that once you're in, the space is assigned to you. Volunteers who camp with their aircraft. If you're coming in and your chairman has actually noted that you'll be camping with your aircraft, that pass will be waiting for you at the GAC registration building on Airside, so you don't have to travel out to Hamilton Road to pick up your camping pass. So if you intend to camp with your aircraft, please let your chairman know so they can indicate the right camping for you so we can have your pass ready for you.
We do have a slide here. Is that something you wanted to show?
I wanted to show this slide to indicate this is where your chairman, or if you're a chairman, this is where you're going to indicate what campground your volunteer is camping in. So make sure that once you click the camping box, you also indicate the actual campground, so we will know how to facilitate your permit request. Okay?
Okay.
So Camp Duffy, we have gone through the process for the Camp Duffy nominations this year, and we have selected the people that will be in Camp Duffy. And all of those volunteers have been notified, and those that did not make it this year have also been notified. So if you would like to renominate or be renominated next year, that's always open. But everyone has been placed and notified, and your campground area has been updated in the system. So your chairman should be able to see that as well. Okay, so late arriving volunteers who need to pick up their credentials. So this has been an issue for a couple of years with our paid parking operation. So if you have a volunteer, and I don't want everyone to go crazy with this is just for volunteers who are going to arrive after we start charging for parking, that need to go to the will call window to pick up their credential, or if you're meeting them somewhere with their wristband. This is a mechanism that we're going to try this year, where you need to click the box for that particular volunteer, and then we will be notified. We will have a report that we can generate, and then we will send out a mass email. What they will do is they will be directed to our ticket site, and they will be given a one-time use promo code that they will plug in to get a one-time use parking permit to get them in to pick up their credentials. So hopefully that will work as we have it planned, and everyone that needs it will make use of it. But of course, I don't want that to get abused, so it's just for people that need to get in here after we've started charging for parking. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so I have, my dear boss has caused me my team a lot of consternation this year. So, as everybody knows, we've changed up the vehicle passes a little bit for a good reason, but we've had to do some modifications to the system. So I sent an email out to the chairman last week asking them to go into the vehicle side of their credential request and make some updates. So some of you have done that very well, and I appreciate it so much. But there are some of you who have not yet. So I am asking, if you're a chairman, or if you know who your chairman is, contact them, make sure they've done this. Hopefully they'll watch it later if they're not on. But if you go, and this counts for every vehicle that you have on your list, you will need to go and review it. If it looks like this, and with the yellow question mark and the little yellow gear, that means you have some updating to do. So if you could flick to the next screen.
I have another.
Yes. There should be a lot of them.
Well, there is.
Okay, so if you click on the yellow gear, you're going to get this screen. And the first box is where you're going to actually tell us whether the pass that you are selecting is either parking or is it meant for operations. Operations means you need to drive it around on the site for operational use. Once you select that, you're going to click on the vehicle update button first, and then you're going to select whether it's operation or parking. And then once you do that, it's going to take you to the next window that you have some additional information that you have to provide. So you need to tell us where the vehicle needs to operate, what is its operational need, and then you need to tell us where that car will be parking when it's not in use. Once you've done that, there's a button below there that you cannot see that says update. Once you update that, if you'll go to the next screen, and then I think we'll be somewhat done with this part. Okay, once you have done that, this screen, you'll see the little the steering wheel. That means that you have operational use of your car.
Ooh, I like these icons. This is awesome.
And then the little gears also changed to different color. Now,
we're super high tech.
Yes. So, and then if this was a parking pass, the icon will be different. So you will be able to see the difference. So you can, at a glance, you can look and see what you have ordered for your volunteer. Okay. Everybody got that, I hope?
Yeah, I don't know. Here come questions.
But this is actually, I know I did a training after the volunteer meeting, the first volunteer meeting. This has changed since then because we had to implement a couple of things. So anyway, hope y'all all caught that. Of course, this will be recorded later and you can watch it again if you need to, or you can always call me, Becky, or Laura, and we can help you through the process.
Okay.
We're going to go.
Take a break?
We're going to take a break.
We're 17 minutes in. We're doing well. Things are good.
All right.
All right. See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
I'm meteorologist Amanda Hawley from WFLA News Channel 8.
And I'm Gene Conrad from the Son of Fun Aerospace Expo, and we are turning up the fun for 51. Watch Son of Fun live today, every day of the flying.
We are starting on Monday, March 31st, right through Sunday, April 6th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time every day. So grab your coffee and start your Sun and Fun day with us.
So join us for Son of Fun live today on your YouTube and Facebook channels.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Car buying should be simple. That's why at Mazda Lakeland on US Highway 98, 1 mile south of the Parkway, we price our cars, not our customers. As part of our Buy Smart, Be Happy promises, we clearly mark our vehicles with our best price first, saving you time and money. All our sales associates are commission-free, and with a 5-day, 300-mile money-back guarantee, you can buy a car with ease and confidence. Visit us at MazdaLakeland.com today.
Buy Smart, Be Happy.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
With that.
And now? Okay. Gotta have a little fun, Eric. All right.
Yes, Eric, stop directing so much.
Yes, I know. All right. So, hey, now I'm going to take it over for a little bit, and we're going to go to
Are you saying I was talking too much?
I didn't say that at all. Those words didn't even come out of my mouth. So actually, we're going to move to now the aerial, and we're going to talk about some operational things on the airfield. Actually, I am going to zoom in, and I did talk to one of our Seabird chairmen, reference what I'm going to talk about. So Jeff and I. So if Jeff is watching, Jeff and I spoke this morning. But just want to give everybody an update real quick on some moves of certain areas that they're going to be in close proximity to where they were last year, but just want to make everybody aware of it. So obviously, look right here. This is the island. This is the tent and the home of our beloved seabirds. And this little tent right here, where my finger is, that is Comanche Town's tent. So we're going to take Comanche Town's tent that is right here, and on top of this red Comanche, we're going to move that tent down to that area for this year. Then we're going to take the Type Club tent, which is right here, and we're going to move it back into this area, and then all these airplanes will come with it, and they can encircle it and do what they need to do. So they're really not moving that far. We just want to bring them to the other side, and there is a reason for that. And then we're also going to take the aerobatic tent, which is located right here, and we're going to place that right here in this location, and then have all the aerobatic airplane park along James C. Ray Drive, just north of our Bushwheel friends, the big tire folks that are right here in this area. So really, when you think about it, you have the island, you have our seabirds, you have our type clubs, you've got Comanche Town, you've got aerobatic, and then you've got Bushwheel Base Camp, all in one area. As people come to this certain spot on the airfield, there's going to be a lot for them to peruse. So we're looking forward to get some of those moves done. And the reason, specifically, if we can go back to the map, back where Type Club and aerobatic is, this area here. Now, this is emergency aircraft repair. They will be there. They are not moving. But the reason we're doing that is we're having a request for larger warbirds or twin engine aircraft like this DC-3 or C-47 that are looking to be here with us. And because of all the jets we're going to have parked on 523 like we did last year. Obviously, this year will be the Blues and then all the demo teams. There's no Ghost Squadron, but it still will go pretty far. We really limit the amount of hard surface parking that our warbird friends are able to use. And because of that, we want to give them the ability with these larger twin engine aircraft, especially the DC-3, to have a bigger area for them to park in, a more stabilized area, and then easy for them to turn in and turn out and get out of those spots if they're going to go fly in the daily air show or whatnot. So I'm sure there'll be some questions with that, but just want to give everybody an update on what the plan is for that. And also, obviously, our chairman's meeting is March 8th, our next one, at 10:30 a.m. at Central Florida Aerospace. At 10 March 8th, 10 a.m. So we will be back in CFAA for that meeting. And also, we're going to move back here. Back to the map. I just want to remind everybody that Choppertown was in this location last year. It is moving to the other side of Taxiway Echo into this area here. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sure at the chairman's meeting we will have more to share on that on March 8th at 10 a.m.
At 10 a.m.
So be looking out for more information on Choppertown. Also with that, obviously here we have our Choppertown friends and their encampment. They will be in this same location. We'll have 5 camping hookups for them this year in this location.
5 electric hookups.
And then Miss Donna and GAP, they will be up in this area like they were last year. So we'll have all their facilities put in place ready for them to get to work and do a great job as they always do.
Absolutely. We've been working on the tent map and getting everything all updated.
Well, let's talk about tents.
Scary
so
when
does I Rent Everything, our tent company, when do they arrive?
Well, what they've committed to is that they will start pulling in with stuff around March 1st, and then first tents will start going up March the 3rd.
Which is Monday next week.
I know.
It's actually Monday next week.
Kind of scary.
No, that is awesome. That gets me excited, right? Because we're a week ahead of where we were this time last year. Last year I was sweating it a little bit, and they were a new tent company, so they did a great job for us.
They wouldn't believe me, though, that they needed
to be here
needed to be here early, but I won.
There's lots of complexity to all of this. Hey, let's go back to the map real quick. There were questions actually in our town hall meeting we had with our early birds actually yesterday. So just to bring everybody up to date on when we get access to the field from our good friends at Lakeland Linder International Airport. I always like to make sure I spit it all out. So I said all that. So we are able to go out into, the first area we can go out to is the Warbird ramp.
Yes.
And that is March 17th.
Okay.
Okay, so we can go out there starting March 17th, but you have to be badged. Okay, you have to be under escort, so that's very, very important. So remember that. And then down here, if we get down into Paradise City, so where we set up and we put in all the orange fencing and whatnot down here in Paradise City, we can get out there also starting March 17th. And start striping and getting the areas ready. No vertical installation, no tents, we can't do that. But we can at least get out there and start striping and doing various other types of jobs.
So can we do vertical on the Warbird ramp?
So on the 17th, I believe we can, but we cannot go vertical down here
Right.
Until the runway closes, so until 523 closes on March 21st. So on March 21st, we're basically going to get the whole south side of the airport, all the taxiways go non-movement, 523 closes on March 21st. So be prepared for that. Now the next piece and the next step is, when can we start camping on the airfield? And that will occur Thursday,
5 o'clock?
So
Noon?
2027. So Thursday, March 27th at noon, where the gates will open. You will no longer need any badging or credentials, for the airport's purposes. And, obviously the Transportation Security Administration is here now because of the airline service. But we take the south side on March 27th for camping at noon.
And we have to have our security in place for
And we will
that.
have our,
Yeah,
yes, we do.
have to have that
We have to
security
have them in place because our friends at Paradise City, our folks, our volunteers that do make our sandwiches for our volunteers and all that, they need to get on the airfield and start camping.
And so most likely that will just be gate 38 at
That's
that time
correct.
that will be open for access to airside.
Yes.
Normally we don't start opening all the other gates until the next day or whenever we have security in place for those gates.
Yes. And since we're over here, let's go back to the map. Let's bring you up to date on something else that we were made aware of. So we're on the southeast side of the airport. So this is Geico, the big office building down there. This is Pipkin Road. And I wanted to point out, this is Airside Center Drive right here. That road will be closed by the time we get to the
Okay.
fly-in. And we will be using this new road, which will have a light. And it is called Jet View Drive. Jet View Drive is the name of the new road. So we'll be using this road to access, if you're over at 927 parking, for example, Jet Team parking, there's some overflow parking here, but to access this side of the airport or to get through gate 31, that's 31.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, look at that. I
You're
remember.
good. You are remembering things.
So
That's
if you need to get
wonderful.
through gate 31, you will access up through Jet View Drive. There's a light there, so you can't miss it. And then follow it around and come up Airside Center Drive. So that is a new route for everybody on the southeast side of the airport. Also, if we go to the far west side of the airport, I don't think I have it on this map. But Hamilton Road, I think we had talked about it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton Road, so for our camping access, you're going to be directed to go to Drainfield Road, and then you're going to turn south on Hamilton to get into camper registration. That road is now widened from Drainfield Road all the way to the gate. That is
To our entrance.
To our entrance. It's
Right.
widened all the way. Now, from our entrance further south down to Medulla, it is not widened.
Right.
So we would encourage everybody, come from Drainfield, come south, get into camper registration. When you
And
need to
leave the
depart,
same way.
leave it and head north and go up
And
to
that keeps
Drainfield
you
as
out
well.
of vehicle or the regular other traffic.
Well, the other
event
traffic that we don't want to go to Medulla, by the way, which we'll touch on as well.
Yes. I didn't bring the vehicle.
Yes.
With me.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, okay.
Well, we have chairman's meeting. I'm sure
Yeah.
we're probably going to do one more of
Yes.
these. Also, if we can go back to the map, there's a lot. All right, so this is what we affectionately call our 42 acres or media and exhibitor parking. Volunteer parking is in here. By the way, volunteers park in any of the lots. Lots 1, lot 2, lot 3, any lot that's available, volunteers can park
Even in overflow if we happen to go
Even
to
in
overflow on
overflow.
Saturday. But
That's correct. But going back to the map here, so again, this is what we call 42 acres. The airport is, if you recall, we had bought all of this, about 30 plus or minus acres right here. So we, Sun and Fun, the Aerospace Center for Excellence, are leasing about 11 plus or minus acres right here. All right, so we have access to this area right now. We have put in a new road, a new Millings Road, right where my finger is right there. that runs to the south and then crosses over here in this location across the ditch and then meets up to this road right here that then heads out to Medulla. So what we're looking for is for all of our, whether you're an exhibitor, you're media, you're a volunteer, we're looking for everybody to go county line to Pipkin, right? So let me just, if I can zoom out here. I don't think I have it, so you can see it all. But this is Pipkin here, so county line to Pipkin, and then come up Medulla this way to enter into parking. All right, that's what we're looking for. All these trailers that are here, all of this stuff will be moved out of the way. We'll have additional parking in here, but we're going to want everybody to go county line to Pipkin up Medulla if you're going to utilize this lot here.
And we are asking our exhibitors as well to, if they have a storage vehicle, we have a storage parking area set aside for them as well. So that's something that we're going to be conveying to them. They'll have their own parking area, so that will alleviate or actually give us some more parking back in the regular parking lot.
Yeah, so all traffic, all vehicle traffic, whether, again, you're a general mission person, you're just coming to enjoy the day, again, media, exhibitor, volunteer, everybody's going to be pushed county line to Pipkin. We are not going to be directing anybody to turn county line onto Medulla. It's still going to happen. People are still going to want to go to Rocky Road for camping and various things, but we are not going to direct any people to go county line to Medulla to get in.
So if you're a volunteer and you have a zone pass, an access pass to get on site, Rocky Road, well, if you've got any of the zones, Rocky Road will let you in at that gate. So that traffic will be coming down Medulla Road. But we are going to try to keep all the other traffic off of Medulla because it gets very congested.
Yep.
Okay. Looks like it's break time again. We're
going to break,
much fun.
but we're going to come back. We got tons of questions, so we're going to dig into some of these questions here in a minute.
Yes.
All right.
I've always loved space and football. Growing up, some people told me I had to choose. But here's the deal. You can be great at more than one thing. And getting involved in STEM opens up your world to a universe of opportunities in life. Get inspired and get involved today. There are STEM programs and science centers available in your community, so be sure to check out spaceforall.us to learn more and get started.
This is my time. There ain't no doubt in my mind.
Find your place in space. Space for All.
I'm meteorologist Amanda Holly from WFLA News Channel 8.
And I'm Gene Conrad from the Sun Fun Aerospace Expo. Excitement is building, Amanda, so join us for our March edition of Countdown to Sun Fun.
It's Tuesday, March 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern with the latest updates and, of course, special guests.
And we're on the show, too.
Of course we are. That's the best part, Gene. So join us for Countdown to Sun and Fun on our YouTube and Facebook channels.
All right, so we've been going back through and perusing through all of these questions. So I'm just going to start and kick off here. So my buddy Wayne Harris, T-Bone, said,
Hey, T-Bone.
What's up? He said, don't forget about last mowing date. So I'm looking at the presentation that the airport put together from our last chairman's meeting, airfield mowing. So final cut for the airport will be Wednesday, March 26th is what they're shooting for.
Wayne, if you want to get on a lawnmower
Yeah, we're
earlier
gonna-
than
yeah.
that, we can let you
I'm
do
sure
that.
they'll be way ahead regardless, but that's, and when they say final cut, that doesn't mean they're just doing the whole south side. I mean, that probably is the last day that they'll be on the airfield mowing. But they say here on the slide as well, mowing west to east.
Okay, we may have to put a hold on on
Yes,
questions.
and questions. There was a question, will there be an F-22 demo team? Actually, our good buddy Dennis Dunbar, features and attractions. Dennis answered this question online for that individual, so that has been answered. Here's another one for reference Sim and Fun, which is March 8th and 9th. Again, what platforms for Sims at home will work? I have the answer. So I have MSFS, which is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at that, I know that acronym.
Wow.
2024. We have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, X-Plane 2, X-Plane 12, FSX, and Prepar 3D, I believe,
Okay.
are the platforms you'll be able to use for Sim and Fun.
I don't think I'll be able to do that.
I don't. My son, my 17-year-old probably does all that. I'm sure he'll be flying the approach. But anyway, also, what replicas will be there? P-38 Bally Bomber. I don't believe a P-38 is on the schedule unless Dennis knows something and he's wanting to surprise us later. But I have not heard about a P-38. And the Bally Bomber, I've not heard that either. But again, as I mentioned earlier, there are several cool warbirds that we're getting ready to announce here shortly as they get confirmed. So maybe Dennis could tease everybody online and throw something up there because I know he's watching.
A lot of times we don't know what's going to show up too.
Yes,
that's the
that
fun
is
part.
true. Like last year, we
That's
had a
right.
bunch of warbirds that showed up I didn't even know, and then boom,
Right.
they were
They don't
here,
always
so.
have to let us
There
know
you
they're
go.
coming.
We'll go there.
So, when do the arrivals start coming in
For Sun and Fun.
for Sun and Fun?
Mm-hmm.
March the 29th at noon.
Yeah, so you can arrive March the 29th at noon and start camping on the airfield, but the NOTAM does not go in effect until March 31st. So you're going to fly in under regular procedures
Right.
prior to March 31st. And again, March 31st, the NOTAM goes in effect, the FAA takes over.
So you need to know where you're going if you fly in on March the 29th.
Yes.
On Monday, you can put a little sign in your window and we'll help you get there.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Let's do that one.
So, can a volunteer fly in an RV-7 and park in their plane in one place for the entire event? Absolutely. Home built, I'm assuming, is where you would want to camp.
Yes.
So if you're a volunteer, you just walk over to GAC, which is right next door to their registration area, and get your permit.
So March 29th at noon, you can fly in. You're going to get parked in home built camping and enjoy the time. We appreciate you volunteering.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
What else we got?
So, if volunteers do not bring in their rigs and they intend to camp in the 24-hour generator area, which does not open until the 25th of March, what are the pros and cons of not staking out in main registration?
Out the main campground.
At the main campground. Yes, sorry. Thank you. So, obviously, you wouldn't want to start taking up a spot in the campground if you're not intending to stay there. So it's up to you whether you want to bring your rig in prior to the 25th when we get control of what we call Miss Betty's property, which is the 24-hour generator area. You can bring your rig in and just stage it somewhere to move in, or I would suggest if you want 24-hour, wait and come in once the campground is open, unless you have a reason for being here. We can stage you temporarily if you need to be here for operations and move your camper once it's open.
Yep.
Okay?
Good. What else we got?
So Rocky Road Gate for entering campground, will that be from both directions? I'm not sure I understand. So you can go in Rocky Road to get to the campground, and you can go out Rocky Road from the campground. Once you turn into Rocky Road, if you have a zone A or B, you can go north. B will require a core sticker on it to go north. Otherwise, if you have another zone on your pass, you can take a right and go down to get to James C. Ray and go airside or wherever you need to go.
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
If you are tent camping, will those spots be marked off? They are numbered. They will be numbered and they will be striped, so you will be able to search.
For tent campers?
There'll be striped locations. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it's a little bit more flexible because of the space that we're taking up, but I believe she is striping them off.
Oh. Well, we'll clarify on that one.
Yes,
we'll have it better, because I'm like,
we'll answer
what?
that at the volunteer meeting.
Okay.
Well, I mean, but we do have areas that we have a lot of tent camping in that we're marking off spaces for them. Group camping and stuff like that, I think that's probably what they're wanting to talk, if they've got a group that camps together. We have a lot of volunteers that do that in their RVs and in their with their tents. Can the early camping registration waiver be release be signed in absentia? Boy, that's a big word.
It's a little
via
much.
email. So
I don't even know how to spell that.
So basically, you need to be in person to sign the waiver. But what we can do is we do this periodically. If you have another volunteer or your chairman that wants to pick up your permit, we can give you a copy of the registration, and then when you get here, you can pick up your original permit for your actual campsite. So we do try to work with you with that.
Let's go to this question right here on the balloons. So what time do the gates open for visitors for the balloon launch on Saturday?
So I know that the parking lot gates open at 6. I think we normally open up the ticket windows at around 7 o'clock. So, and then I know the balloons, they try to get up around that time or a little after, so.
Yeah, and just for the balloon, just so everybody's up to speed, reference the balloon launch this year. We are going to be conducting it from Paradise City in the morning.
Really?
Ask Dennis. I think that's the last time Dennis and I spoke. I believe that's where we're going. It deconflicts a lot for us as well, because this year, if you recall, we have the Sun and Run 5K, which is the airport's 5K, which has historically been run on the north side of the airport. Now with airline service, it is moving south. So in order to accommodate that, and also the balloon launch, we're going to be launching the balloons from Paradise City on the runway down there.
So how long will the guests be able to, how close will the guests be able to get to the buckets, basically?
Well, as far as like the balloons, I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing, Dennis, correct me if I'm wrong, online or whatnot. But we have the snow fence at Paradise City, so I'm guessing they're going to have to stay behind that. But they're pretty close to everything.
Okay.
It's not like they're going to be kept far away. I'm sure it's the typical distance that they need to keep folks away for safety. But you're going to be right up on them, and they're huge, and you can't miss it.
No, I know that.
Yeah, but
hopefully they'll go off.
But the Sun Run 5K is Saturday morning. It kicks off at 7 a.m. So all of our guests, last year they had about 750 runners. They will park in what we are now calling Lot 3. So that's over there on the far east side by Polk State College. They will park there. They will start there, and then they'll run the 5K, and they should be off the airfield by 7:45. They get a 45-minute time limit. So
when is their packet pickup?
I believe their packet pickup is the day before, and I don't know. We're going to have to find out, and we'll have it for the chairman's meeting where they're doing that. Because I'm hopeful they're doing it on the north side, because we'll be busy on Friday dealing with other things. But I'm sure that is the intent for them to be able to pick it up on the north side.
Hopefully the packet will have really good instructions in it as to where they need to go.
Yes.
Okay. Do we need an operational vehicle pass for a golf cart or tractors? No. The operation pass for the golf carts has not changed. The authorization sticker that we've been using, we have one that is for general operation, and then we have one for the core area, and those passes have not changed. Tractors, usually we don't put any kind of pass on a tractor. Usually we have our tractors rolling with our on-site transportation, and they don't require
And again, the big thing with the vehicle passes this year, and as you've heard us say many, many times, is to just limit and cut down on the amount of vehicle traffic on airside, which is obviously, and everybody's seen it, it's a lot. We're not trying to keep people off. We want people to be able to do their jobs and get to where they need to be. But we really need to reduce the people that don't belong there. We need to have way better control over that. So
and
that's
it's
the goal.
really, and it's up to the chairman to, try to make that decision and, think of safety when you're requesting passes. You know what is needed in your area. So please, request what's needed, but be conservative.
Yes.
So, should we have gotten our Camp Duffy confirmation already? As I said earlier, the emails for those who made the request through the nomination process received either confirmation that they received a space or they received an email letting them know that they were not chosen this year. If you did not go through the nomination process, you may not have heard from me. A lot of chairmen will just pick Camp Duffy and think that's all they have to do, and that's not really it. You have to be nominated. Okay, how do I sign up to volunteer? Well, we have a number of ways. You can call me. You can call Angela Mann, but she's a little busy right now. But we have several volunteer forms that you can actually go online and fill out. You can let us know a little bit about what your interest is as far as what you would like to do while you're here, and we can help place you. We do have a number of areas that are looking for volunteers. Our admissions area is always looking for volunteers. Our on-site transportation, our security team, and our parking lot. We always need people to assist us in those areas. So you can actually do all of those, one each day if you'd like. We have no limits. You can.
The best area on the entire airport during Sun and Fun to Volunteer is in the parking lot.
Okay.
It actually is. I'm going to spend time out there myself this year. So
and he is actually right, because when you go out there, you end up
you get to see the guests.
But you get to take people to their cars, people who've lost their cars. But the most wonderful thing about it is, and I'll remember this forever, because the very first year that the Thunderbirds were here in 2008, I was stuck in the parking lot shuttling people to their cars, and the Thunderbirds were flying. And I was so mad because I was in the parking lot, and all of a sudden them babies come up over and they flew over, and that was, I was like, hey, I'm in the right place.
There you go. Okay, so I'm getting the we are going to take a break signal. So we're going to do that. We're going to come back. I know Laura has some other things to talk about, and I'm going to share something special with everybody here at the end.
Okay.
All right.
See you.
We're being...
Here we go. The opening day concert event returns to Sun and Fun. Get ready for Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line featuring Uncle Cracker. Turn up the fun with 51. Tuesday night, April 1st, with Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line featuring Uncle Cracker at Sun and Fun. Whoa.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months, and whose daughter is due any day. We're with all service members and their families. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Well,
all right.
Welcome
we're
back.
Over here. Hey,
Hi.
we're back.
There's so many
All right.
cameras in this room, I can't keep
Yeah, I
up with
know.
them all. So.
All right, now we're... Hello.
Hi. So something interesting, we have probably about 15, 16 areas of the fly-in that order area hats for their volunteers because of the operations that they conduct during the event. So many of these areas work outside. They need the shade and the different things. And of course, they represent well for our volunteers when they're connecting with our guests. This year, we actually have a sponsor for our volunteer area hats. This is kind of a crazy proof here, but this is our airside hats and our rookie hats, okay? And our sponsor is Textron. So their logo will be on the back of the hats this year, but they will also be on all of our other area hats. So Jane did a great job and got that done for us this year. So
good work.
Thank you, Jane.
All right. So, what else you got before I go into my stuff?
You got rid of all of my little PowerPoint thingies, but I did send an email out to the chairman this last week regarding our volunteer T-shirts, and we have the volunteer T-shirts available right now for purchase if you want to purchase extra T-shirts. There's a link that's out there that is no longer available here, but if anybody is interested, they can either get it from their chairman or they can email me and I will send it to them. So right now, if you are a chairman or a volunteer and you haven't committed to your chairman to work, in order to get a T-shirt for this year's event, the complimentary one, you have to commit to your chairman by March the 21st. At the end of day on March 21st, we will be pulling our T-shirt report and order for a final order. So if you have not yet committed to your chairman with your work schedule, because that is what's required, and also a T-shirt size. So make sure that your chairman has your work schedule and your T-shirt size in order to get this year's volunteer T-shirt. I had a slide that showed you what it looked like, but someone deleted it. So I don't have that to show you, but it's a very nice shirt. Melissa did a great job with the design.
But we did share the chairman's meeting.
Yes,
it
we
was
did,
on the PowerPoint.
and I will share it again.
And I had it pulled up, but the PowerPoint did something to this computer that now I can't share my special stuff, so we still can't see it. Is that the read? We can't? All right. All right, so guess what? I'm going to save it for March 8th chairman's meeting, which will have the full. What I was going to do is I'm going to show, if you recall from the last chairman's meeting, I showed everybody the layout for the future site.
That's right.
And then, but it's just 2D. It's just looking at the piece of paper.
It's very cool.
There's no volume. You can't see sides of buildings and all that. I actually have a shot from the fly-through, and so it's a rendering of what it would actually look like.
And it's very
when it's
cool.
vertical up off the ground, and I wanted to share that tonight, but unfortunately I cannot. So, but you'll see it on March 8th for sure, because you'll be here in person.
Okay, so I'm going to jump back into a few little housekeeping things for the chairman.
Real quick, I got to address this.
Oh, he's going to, okay.
This is from Dennis's son, Dustin, who is watching, who, by the way, when we were up at AirVenture, I took him to school in basketball, but we'll let that go. But from Dennis, Dustin said, Gene is not going to be out there regarding the parking lot. That is not accurate. I was going to be out there. I will now spend several days out there, maybe 10 minutes at a time or something like that. But thanks for calling me out on that, Dustin. I appreciate that. But I'll see you up at Oshkosh around AirVenture time, and we'll hit the basketball hoop.
I don't understand that one.
Well, Melissa Burns and Skip do tin sticks. Yes. So Melissa Burns will be here along with Skip Stewart, and they will be doing tin sticks of dynamite. Yes,
Okay.
they will. Absolutely.
That's a performance, I assume?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Not familiar with that one. Okay, so getting back to the chairman duties a little bit. If you're a chairman, please make sure that you get your lunch orders in. We start ordering our food to make your lunches for the event. So if you haven't already, please try to get those submissions in on the website as soon as you can. The other thing I want to mention is that we have had a number of chairman order volunteer ID cards for their volunteers. Please keep in mind a couple of things. They don't need a volunteer card unless they are going to be picking up some sort of equipment. So you do not need to order a volunteer card for every volunteer on your workforce. You just need a volunteer card for those who are going to be assisting you in picking up radios, flying supply items, stuff for maintenance, or your radios. So please order accordingly. The other thing that we have noticed with the orders that have come in so far, we have a new system where you can upload photos, but photos are not being uploaded. So if you have made an order and you haven't uploaded a photo, that card will not be printed until a photo is uploaded. So please go back in and get that done for us. Jean's already mentioned volunteer meeting March 8th, 10 o'clock at CFAA. One other thing that I have tail dragger tickets for chairman. That order is that site is open and you can order your tail dragger tickets. Be conservative again. Please order for the volunteers that you know are going to be there. We have a lot of volunteers that like to come to the party. If you get your order and you find out that you don't need them all, please turn them back in. You'll be able to pick them up at the credential office. But if you find that you're not going to be using all of them, please turn them back into the credential office. We can reassign them to other volunteers that want to come to the party. I'm getting a phone call.
Someone's calling us.
Oh, my
Who is it?
goodness.
Let's call them while we're on. No, I'm just kidding. We don't know what we're going to be dealing with. So
Yes.
Don't do that.
Yes.
What else we got?
Okay,
I think
so
that's it.
I've gone through my list. So, any questions, Kathy? Oh goodness.
Nope. Okay.
Wow.
Well, hey, one last thing too. So when we do get ready to release the app, which I think that is getting ready to happen here shortly, I was going to talk about the volunteer little daily prize thing we're going to do.
So that is part of the graphic that you couldn't see with the T-shirt.
Thanks, Laura.
So I mentioned this briefly at the last volunteer meeting, and I've put it in the graphic as well. So we've got a great thing going on with our app this year. We've done a lot of promotions for the event that we included our guest in, and because our volunteers don't buy tickets, our promotion was for ticket promotions. Since our volunteers don't have to buy tickets, they were kind of left out of the giveaways. Mm-hmm. So now during the event, we're going to have a social area on our app just for volunteers. And if you upload a picture of yourself wearing not this year's volunteer T-shirt,
but the volunteer T-shirt you can't see.
Yes, the 2025 volunteer T-shirt. You're going to
stealth.
That's correct. Stealth. You'll upload a picture of you wearing it in your work area, whatever, and you submit it on the app. And each day we'll be choosing one volunteer to win a very terrific prize.
And each day there's a different prize.
Yeah, each day it's different.
Yes.
I'm not sure if she's going to divulge what the prizes are ahead of time, but anyway, I've seen the list and pretty
it's
cool
actually
prizes.
It's really cool stuff.
Yeah,
actually,
so that's pretty exciting, and I wish you all luck.
Yes.
So make sure.
So we encourage you to do that.
So make sure that you get your schedule in and your T-shirt size to your chairman so you can participate.
Absolutely.
Okay. I want to talk real quickly about the daily schedule. I've put an email out to the chairman. If you've got something that needs to be added to the daily schedule, please do so. We're getting ready to upload the full schedule to our app company, who gives us a bigger opportunity to set itineraries up and everything with our daily schedule. And I want to make sure everything is included. Of course, we can do updates, but the more that I can send now. So if you have something that needs to be added to the schedule, I talked with Anitra yesterday. We got her schedule all worked out with the forums that she's going to be doing at Bushwell Base Camp. So everything that you do, if you have something in your area that's you think our guests are going to be interested in, we want to put it on the schedule so they know about it.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to make a comment. So I just want everybody to know,
scary.
Laura and I don't even get together to talk about anything we're going to talk about for these hour-long programs. And Eric's back there shaking his head like, we don't even talk together. So she puts her stuff together, I put some stuff together, and then we sit down and we ramble this stuff off.
We really don't even like each
kudos.
other.
Yes, we do. That's total BS. Yeah. All right, so we got to go. Hey, but appreciate y'all. Love you. Thanks for your attention tonight. If you have questions, obviously you can continue to send them to us, send emails, but we'll see you all in your bright, shiny faces on March 8th at 10 a.m. at CFAA. Love you guys. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.